What is up, my soul family, my knights? Welcome back to Knights of Light, presenting you another Tarot to the Core. Now, if you like my readings and my other videos and you want to become part of the Knights of Light family, please hit subscribe down there at the bottom. And if you want to show your love and support, hit like, the big thumbs up. And if you also want to give me feedback, which we love here, please comment at the bottom. Give me your feedback. Tell me what you think. And also, if you're looking to schedule a session or a private reading, down below you can find my website, knightsoflight.co, and schedule through there, make an account, and I will get back to you shortly. I love you all. Please enjoy this reading, stay woke, and continue shifting the paradigm. What is up, soul family, my knights? Welcome to today's timeless reading, Messages from the Heart. I hope you use your intuition in the beginning of the video. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Choose the pile that feels most right and you will get the best reading. Also remember, this is a generalized reading, so you can pick more than one pile if you feel like you need to receive more messages, or you didn't feel like that was totally directed towards you. Remember, we can get multiple messages out of multiple piles, so it is okay to pick more than one and watch both piles. So we will get started here. We'll start off with pile number 1. Put 2, 3, and 4 over to the side. All right, pile number 1. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm going to figure out the messages from the heart, see what's going on here. I'm going to shuffle your deck a little bit. All right, pile number 1. You start off with the 5 of Wands. Put that card over here. Strife. So what I'm seeing with pile number 1 with the strife card coming up, your heart feels heavy. A lot of things have happened in your life, maybe recently, especially right now with you have the election going on, you have all these things going on. COVID-19 doesn't seem to be going away. Life just seems all out of order. Maybe your relationship is out of order and you can't strive for what you want because everything's like really chaotic. But we see the flames in the background here. Your heart really burns and wants to lift this weight. I just asked you guys to breathe, taking some deep breaths, and really lift that weight off your heart and really keep striving because it's there. You have the power, you have the strength to lift this heavy feeling that you have on your shoulders, on your heart, and keep pushing forward and let the fire, just picture the fire burning that away. And we get the Hermit afterwards, the trump card. What I'm hearing here with the trump card and it being heavy with the strife card, we see Cerberus here. Maybe a lot of things in your past have always hurt your heart and you can't seem to see past them. You can't seem to find love or whatever. You always feel like you're by yourself and trying to create by yourself, and you really want to create with somebody else. But your past haunts you. You always seem to be getting into the same relationships or the same friendships, and nobody seems to be helping you out. But we see this right here, the little sperm. There's a lot of creation when you're by yourself. Your heart creates by yourself. And so until you fulfilled this time alone and got rid of your past, you got the two heads looking forward. So you need to direct yourself forward and focus on the creation that your heart can do alone. Your heart is full of creation. It's full of spontaneity. It's full of so many things, and you can release all this. Your light sits in your heart. You have a little sun that sits in your heart, and all this bursts out. You may not see it, but when you're by yourself. And then we pull the love card. See, loving yourself and learning how to be by yourself and releasing these heavy burdens that you felt like have been causing you strife through all these years is what you have to do. It's a difficult task to sit there and try to figure out how to love ourselves, right? Because, I mean, we have all this social media. We don't really even get real connection anymore with everything going on. You know, it's all just Facebook or whatever. And with COVID, nobody wants to hang out. This is the perfect time for you to sit with yourself, learn to love yourself, and really fill up your own cup before stepping out there. Your heart wants to fill up by itself and fill up with your own love before it steps out there. And here we get again, your fourth card here, Satiety, the Ten of Cups. This will take time. This doesn't happen overnight, but the light flows. You got to let it flow. When you start to seem having trouble with being by yourself and doing things, you don't want to just step out there and grab relationships or anything just because you feel alone. You really want to sit there and figure out what is actually going on here and what is happening in my life and why don't I feel okay with self. And once you figure out why you don't feel okay with self, everything will totally happen. Now, with your fifth card, we do pull the Ten of Swords, Ruin. I'm hearing, don't be horrified by this card. It is not all that terrible, but if you don't follow this process in loving yourself, you can really ruin your own relationships. It just keeps going back and forth, and you don't know what to do. You feel like you keep getting stabbed in the heart, and your heart just hurts. I mean, it goes right back here to the Strife card. Every time you get stabbed in the heart, you back up, and you go by yourself, and you're always alone. But sometimes being alone is the best thing for us, so we can really figure things out and move forward. I see really positive things for you, Group 1. Doing a lot of self-work, probably doing a lot of shadow work, and really striving for self-love and really letting the light flow. Because without doing that, we will ruin our other relationships and self-sabotage. So we don't want to do that. We really want to figure out how to love ourselves. Thank you, Group 1. That was great. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I love you all. Stay woke and keep shifting the paradigm. All right, Group 2. Let's move on to you. All right, we're going to shuffle your deck here. Figure out what's going on for Group 2. I had a card pop out, so we'll pick that for your first one. Four of Swords. Finish shuffling here for you. 3 more times. All right, Group 2. Let's put this card over here. We get the Four of Swords. Truce. So what I'm hearing here is you really made your heart is very peaceful. You're kind of relaxed. You're trying to disconnect from the collective and try to reshift everything and move forward. And with this truce and becoming peaceful with yourself, you're actually really figuring out how to be happy, especially in these hard times. Our heart can really feel heavy and loaded, and we don't really know what to do. So we keep flowing and we keep doing these things. So I give you props for figuring out this peaceful thing with the message from your heart. You actually feel like you've come to a truce in your relationships, and you're actually getting to a better place. I mean, we see the number 4, so you've actually created this foundation here that you've needed to create good relationships, create a big, strong heart, and where you want to move forward. Your second card makes sense. You get the 9 of Cups. You get happiness. So through this piece, you have really figured out where happiness is truly coming to you in your relationships, and your heart will really feel happy, and you will keep striving to just feel even more happy as long as you stay disconnected from the other things. I mean, we know in relationships and with our heart, things can get yucky. We can plug into the wrong relationships where we need to back up and refigure out our happiness. But I feel like you will keep redoing that with this whole truce card thing. So we move on. So you get the 7 of Cups, debauch. Looks yucky, whatever, out of happiness. So I'm hearing with your heart and your peace, you do flow back and forth with not feeling well, not feeling loved, feeling unplugged from everybody else. But that is not true. Those are just feelings, those are just paradigms that we create, negative thought forms or whatever, truly what is happening in the background is all the happiness and the light flowing. So we need to unplug from the disgusting, yucky feelings and get back to that peaceful side. And once we do that, I mean, this will keep reforming. So I see like it's a pattern for you. It's a pattern to, you get to this one point of happiness and peace in the relationship and where the heart feels. And when you get there, all of a sudden you hit this point where you can't seem to get past, and a lot of traumas come up, maybe ancestral traumas, past relationship traumas. So every time we need to get to this point, and when you get to this point, you actually need to unplug from that, really shift the paradigm of the idea, and dig deep and see where it's coming from, so then you can move on. And then we get the one of discs, the ace of discs. Sorry, my bad. This is a great card because once we unplug and keep reclaiming our peace and our truce, you have a sense of completion here. With all the angel wings and everything, you will keep moving forward. Once you break this barrier, great things start to come. The relationship will just continuously get better, and your emotional wealth will get better, and it will just keep striving, and it will just keep moving forward, and you will finally have ripped apart that loop of keeping getting stuck here. Then we'll move on to your fifth card. You get the 10 of discs, which makes sense. So these are the biggest wealth cards you have in the deck. When we're talking here, this is all about your emotional wealth and your well-being. So once we break this loop and everything, your emotional wealth just grows. And then what we have to do with our truth and our peace and our happiness, we really have to share our emotional love, our love for ourselves. Share your heart and your breakthroughs and where you got through and how you got through them, and share them with your partner, your loved ones, or your friends. Wherever your heart tells that it needs to be shared, I really recommend you do that to be able to keep it and keep feeling stronger. All right, thank you, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and stay woke and continue shifting the paradigm. All right, Group 3, how are we feeling today? See what your messages from the heart are here, and I'll keep shuffling the deck here. All right, Group 3, let's see what happens to you. All right, Group 3, we start off with the Queen of Swords as your first card. So basically what this card is telling me with your messages from the heart is that your heart really wants you, and your emotional body really wants you to take off these masks that you keep putting on, and that that keep hiding how you really feel. You might even be hiding how you really feel about somebody else, like you truly care about somebody, but you can't seem to reach out, and you can't really seem to make that happen. Or if you're already in a relationship, your heart is telling you that you wear too many masks in the relationship. You got to release these and be who you truly are, and be yourself, and allow yourself to grow. Because as we keep putting masks on, it keeps hindering our growth, right? It keeps hindering our growth in our heart and the rest of our emotional body, because we keep putting on these facades, if you would say, or we keep putting on this illusion that we're okay, or this is what we are, and this is who we will be. But that's not really what's supposed to happen. So take off the mask and be truly you. It will work out better, and then you will get to experience for yourself who you truly are and what your heart is really telling you that you want. And then we pull up here the 8 of discs, prudence. So once we release the mask here, you will really give your chance to start to grow. And it's a crazy experience when we start taking off these masks. I've experienced it in life too. And we stop being a chameleon when there's no need to really be the chameleon in the relationship. It actually gives us a chance to grow. But this growth is very delicate. It can be very hard and very difficult. And you'll want to put the mask back on to hide and go backwards. But I recommend you don't do that. Just keep pushing through it. It will be a grand total of emotional breakthrough for you. And I don't see the growth being too long. Your growth will go fast, you'll get used to it, and you'll start feeling more confident in yourself, more confident in your choices, more confidence of what you want, and more confidence that you are in the position that you want to be in life. And your third card here is the Eight of Wands, swiftness. Just like I said before, this growth, this emotional breakdown that might happen, it will go away swiftly and totally experience. I love this card because I like to think about it. It also represents the rainbow body that we talk about. So really, when you take off that mask, your rainbow body will be experienced. You will experience all your emotions and actually who you are, and stop hiding yourself, and you will actually grow in a great way, and it will go away swiftly. It won't take too long. It will be okay. And then your fourth card here is the Priestess. Very powerful card. So after you go through this growth and it starts going through swiftly, you will actually start to find a better balance in your life. You will actually feel a better balance between your divine masculine and your divine feminine side. And every aspect of your life will start to be more balanced, because throughout your life you've worn all these masks wherever you went to be who you thought you needed to be in the situation. Even in different conversations with certain people, you would put different masks on to kind of be in the conversation. But once you start experiencing life through your own eyes instead of from behind the mask, balance will just start to naturally happen in your life, and you will feel less heavy and you will feel better. And then we pull up the Six of Swords, science. So now, after we get the balance, this is really starting to figure out where your life is going. You've actually got it down to a science. So when we get this balance and we start figuring out where we're going, and now you also have a better perspective on life. And I mean, what I'm also hearing is through wearing all these masks, you actually learned a great gift now in being able to do yourself. This is why you were able to wear these masks, but you don't need to wear them anymore, because it's like a superpower that you almost have. And you can see things from different perspectives and really help things out, especially in your own life. You'll be able to view things from different perspectives and really analyze it and see where it's going, because you created this gift. Every time you put a mask on, you saw things in different ways because you were behind the mask. But that mask actually helped your paradigm to shift in a way, and you already had this gift, right? To be able to analyze everything and really see where things were going. Thank you, Group 3. I appreciate it. Stay woke, keep shifting the paradigm, and keep moving forward. Stay balanced, stay aligned. I love you. Moving on to Group 4. Hello, Group 4. How are we doing today? I hope everything is good. I'm going to shuffle your deck here, see what pops out for you on Messages from the Heart. All right, 2 more times. All right, Group 4, let's see what your first card is. The Magician. So what I'm hearing kind of 2 things here. There must be like a bunch of different spirit guides coming in. You're either a little bit of the trickster on the other side with your heart, and you like to trick people, or you are the creator, you are the magician. And so whichever one you are, I mean, of course we don't really want to be the trickster. Like, it's something that's not always good to, I mean, the manipulation and doing everything. Or you always end up in relationships that trick you, right? So we want to be the magician, and we want to be the creator of love. I'm hearing more of that, though. I just heard this weird message of somebody's in here, like somebody's the trickster, or somebody in your life is tricking you, which is the negative side of this card. So if you have someone in your life that you feel like is tricking you, please advise the message and maybe check into it. But being the magician and the creator, you have so much love in your heart, and you just pour it out, and everybody around you really figures out really can feel it and feel the creation, and they want to be around you. I mean, this might be why a trickster maybe has come into your life or whatever and is trying to manipulate your love to give to them. So look out for that, because you are a big giver, you are a big lover. So that is a good thing, but we have to watch out, because we don't want to overlove or give it to somebody that doesn't need it, because if we just keep giving and not receiving, we can really drain ourselves. I hear you're a big giver. And then we get the Ace of Cups, the biggest love card, one of the biggest love card in the deck. And you're just expanding with love, and it just keeps growing. You create this web of love. I'm also hearing that sometimes you give so much it could be a little overbearing. So we want to like back down. I'm not telling you to stop loving, because that is a very powerful superpower that you can have, is someone who just always loves. But we don't want to do the overbearing love or love somebody or try to help someone. I hear maybe that you try to help people who don't necessarily want to be helped, and it really, really drains you, and you try to like shift them into a better way. So we want to be focused on where we actually share our love, and not, wear our heart on our sleeve all the time. I mean, it's a great part of your personality, and it's a great way to be. But sometimes it can be very detrimental to our own energy beings and stuff, and it leaves us unprotected, so we have more chances to get hurt. But the more you keep loving, I feel like if you keep going this way, we pull the trump card here, of fortune, which the wheel just keeps going around and around and around in this cycle, and your love is actually going to create great fortune for you in life, moving forward, and it works for you. You might even want to do something like this for like actual work, or you do something like this for actual work. You are a giver, you are a lover, so you're in some type of job that actually really helps people. You help people spiritually, you help people with addiction, you help people in different forms, therapy or whatever, or that's what you really want to do, because you are such a giver and a lover. And I feel like your heart wants to keep giving and loving, and there is nothing wrong with going out there and trying to get paid for someone that was able to do that. And I really feel that you are really able to do that. Your spirit guides are very strong about that. You need to really put out your love in a way that protects you, and it's not overbearing, and it's not hurting you when you love so much and help people who don't want to be helped, but put it out there in a way where it's accepted and people love it, and it can really work for you. Then we pull up the Prince of Discs. Like I said before, maybe a job. Your love is what makes you strong. It's what makes you the magician, because love is one of the best divine creations. I mean, love is a feeling. We don't even really have a definition for it. I mean, there is a definition for it, but you can't really define it. You can tell someone the definition of love, but it doesn't mean they understand it completely, right? So, love is your strong point, is your bull, it is your driving force, which is a great point. Through your love, I also hear that you really have no fear because you love so much, which is great. I mean, we all need a little fear to, figure things out, but your love battles your fear because you love so hard and you love moving forward and you just love the world. And you're really hating how the world is right now because there's so much hate and so much different things going on there. But don't let that determine you. Sorry, wrong word. But don't let that hurt you. Keep striving forward because you are strong. Your love is strong. Your love is your creation. You were created out of love. Your fifth card here is lust. So keep looking at the world through an exotic and lustful standpoint. I hear that it's you see life really exciting, and you got to keep going that way. And if you get into a job or you get into this work, whatever, where you can express your love to the rest of the world, that life will be so much grander for you, and it'll bring so much more things. You manifest through love, which is a great power to have. Not everybody has that gift or that power. Keep on doing a group 4. I love it. I can just feel the love coming through this deck. Your heart is strong, your body's strong, and you just keep loving no matter what. I love you. Stay woke, keep shifting the paradigm, and have a great night, group 4, and I'll see you guys later.